Good afternoon. Welcome to this Select Board meeting on Monday, August 17th, 2026. The time is 5:32. I'd like to make a motion to open our meeting. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
None.
Roll call vote.
Eric Kelly, aye.
Rick Smith, aye.
Chris Rowland, aye.
All right, thank you very much. If we could please all rise. Before we rise for the pledge, the announcement is that it is being recorded by Marshfield Community Media, as always. If we could please rise for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We're going to go straight into Chair's comments, and I'd like to begin our meeting this evening just discussing briefly a very unexpected, very unfortunate and tragic loss of one of our heroes on the Marshfield Fire Department that happened this weekend. Captain Bill Shields, who devoted more than 20 years of service of his life, serving and protecting others in our town, is no longer with us. He brought tremendous courage and dedication to his job, to our town. Our community today is in mourning, and our deepest condolences and prayers are with his family, his fellow firefighters, and all those who loved him. And I'd like to read a little bit about Captain Shields that Chief LaSelva put together, which I thought did a great job at speaking to the legacy that he leaves behind. It says, and I quote, "Captain Shields dedicated his career to protecting and serving the town of Marshfield and the people he cared so deeply about. His commitment to our community was evident throughout every chapter of his service. He began his career with the Marshfield Fire Department as a call firefighter and was appointed as a full-time firefighter in 2006. Through his hard work, dedication, and leadership, he was promoted to lieutenant and later to captain. Throughout his career, Captain Shields took on many important responsibilities within the Marshfield Fire Department. He served as their training coordinator, helping prepare and develop the firefighters who serve our community. And he was the lead mechanic responsible for the maintenance and readiness of the fire department apparatus. He also served the residents of Marshfield as an EMT paramedic, and he provided compassionate and professional emergency medical care when people needed it most. Captain Shields was much more than the positions and the titles that he had, though. He was a dedicated public servant, he was a trusted colleague, and he was a member of the Marshfield community who devoted countless hours to keeping others safe. His knowledge, his experience, his willingness to help, and his commitment to protecting and serving our town has made a lasting impact on the Marshfield Fire Department and all of the lives that he served. On behalf of the Marshfield Fire Department, I extend our deepest condolences to Captain Shields' family, his loved ones, his friends, his fellow firefighters, and all those who had the privilege of knowing him during this incredibly difficult time. Our thoughts and prayers are with everyone who is grieving his loss." End quote. A loss like this is always hard, not just for the family and the friends and the people that they serve with, but for our entire community. It reminds us of the fragility of life and the challenges that everybody who serves in uniform, in all respects, that they encounter daily in order to keep us safe, and the sacrifices that they make. I'd encourage everyone in our community to come together to show our support for the family of Captain Shields and for the members of the Marshfield Fire Department who are grieving this pretty tremendous loss. And I encourage residents and businesses to display a red light or a red ribbon this week as a quiet sign that Marshfield stands with our firefighters. Let us show his family, his fellow firefighters, and one another what it means to be a community that does stand together in difficult times. And at this time, I'd like to have a moment of silence to reflect on this devastating loss, our thankfulness for his decades of service to our town, and in prayer for his family. Thank you. Mr. Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm not going to, I guess, reiterate what you said, because I think you covered it all right there, especially with Chief LaSava's statement, which I thought he did a phenomenal job on. But I do want to just share with everybody in the general public is I think this is my first time as a select board member in my short career here that something like this has happened. And when Chief Tavares reached out to me early in the morning to let me know about it, the one thing I thought about all day was, how do I handle this? What do I do? Proper thing to do. And, you know, I guess when these things come up, especially when we're in elected services, there's no playbook on how to, like, what you do in these situations, you know? So I was like, you know, I have nothing to lose by going down the firehouse and at least going down there and acknowledging what has happened and giving my regards. And I did that. And firefighter, I think it was Mancuso, if I'm correct, he was very receptive of me, thanked me, and as well as Chief LaSava. So I'm grateful that I did that. They were very appreciative of it. And I'm glad that they were happy with me going by. It's something that I had to think about because I didn't know if they should leave them alone and let them mourn their loss and everything. But I think they appreciated it. And as well as I reached out to and gave a phone call to Nathaniel Powell, which he was appreciative of the outreach from me and everything. So, you know, when we're in these positions and these things come up, I think it's tough for a lot of us. Just the fact that somebody in this position that served the town has passed, but how do we as elected members of the community handle it and go about trying to express our sympathy and all that and everything. So this is a learning experience for me, I'm sure, as well as for both of you as well. And it's an unfortunate thing that's happened. I also want to extend our grievances out to the Ghiberti family, who their son John suddenly passed away. Had a funeral Friday. I believe the wake was Thursday. It was a nice funeral. I thought the father did an excellent job in his comments of his son. And Anne-Marie Valier, I want to mention because her son John Valier served on the Board of Public Works for a number of years. Great guy as well. I want to just say I must pay our respects to her as well. And I know the chief informed me that Derek Hewer also suddenly passed away unexpectedly as well. I also want to thank Chief Tavares for, in regards to what happened this weekend, in regards to him and I communicating back and forth in regards to the situation with William Shields and sharing his thoughts, and him and I going back and forth on the matter. And I'm gratefully appreciative of that in regards to the open line of communication with Chief Tavares. I also want to note that the police department sent out a public safety notice in regards to a rabies positive raccoon that was on Forest Street. So if nobody has seen that, be aware. I don't know if that raccoon has been captured or not. I also want to let Chris and Rick know is that I was watching the last ZBA meeting, and I have concerns with the airport and the clear cutting along Plymouth Ave, and I think it's something that the select board needs to delve into. If you haven't watched that meeting, maybe you should. My look at it is that the select board should investigate airport and Concom and land clearing at airport, as well as the issues at work not performed at Veterans Park, which seems to be, could be a costly thing of work that was not done, that was pointed out by Building Commissioner Andrew Stewart. I think we need to start addressing these issues and figuring out what can we do where we're not revisiting them. It's costing the town more money than it needs to be, regardless of what fund it's coming from. Other than that, Mr. Chair, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly. Thank you, Mr. Kelly. Mr. Rowland.
I really don't have a whole lot more to add. I really echo both of my fellow select board members' condolences and feelings. It's always hard when you lose somebody great that's done good things in their life, and, you know, especially a public servant. I mean, I always remember someone telling me, you know, when most people would be running out of a building, people like Bill Shields were running into buildings. And I think there's a lot of honor in that. And I like to honor him by just saying thank you for your service, Mr. Shields and Captain Shields. And, you know, again, express my condolences to his family. But otherwise, that's all I have to say. So,
Thank you, Mr. Rowland. Next on the agenda is the town administrator report. And we have a new town administrator sitting here with us. Mr. Langell.
You do. Thanks. Appreciate it. Tough time to, you know, come into the town, you know, keeping tabs on everything going on over the weekend and talking to the chief. You know, and important to note that they are getting all the support they possibly can right now from both the town and outside sources. So they are getting that, which is incredibly important. It's going to be a long haul to get over it, and it's glad to see rallying around them to get through this. Having said that, day one, well, first let me say thanks, you know, for this opportunity, both to the board, but the overwhelming outreach and support from, you know, the town in general was quite overwhelming and much appreciated. And I think, you know, obviously been a while to get to this point, and a lot of things to get back on track, and a lot of people excited about helping to do that, including myself. And I'm very excited to be here to start us down that road. Day one was incredibly productive for me on the start of doing that with some staff members who are also eager to get going and get things back on the right track. But it's been a overwhelmingly positive experience, the process and coming here, and I am very appreciative of that, and I'm looking forward, you know, to the years ahead and the results that I plan on helping to produce with the great folks in this building and around town.
Thank you very much, Mr. Langell, and we are very much looking forward to working with you. So Thank you. Okay, before we go to executive session, I know that we have a few people signed up to do public comment, so in respect of their time, I'm going to go to public comment before we move to executive session. So the first person up for public comment is Cecilia Delgadillo.
Thank you.
Ms. Delgadillo, I'll just tell you too, since we only have 3 people on the list, I'm fine with 3 minutes.
Okay, I'll try to keep it under the.
You can.
Yeah, thank you.
Perfect, thank you.
Cecilia Delgadillo, 109 Genevieve Lane. First and most important, I do want to relay my sincere condolences to the Shields family and to all our first responders. What I have to say, I wrote, obviously, but I just made a note, but these are situation that happened prior. This actually happened on Friday. And I just wanted to make sure that I answered any questions that might come up. Because there was an issue with the town seal being used or not used, similar, et cetera. And quite honestly, I feel that we have so much going on in the town, and now even more so. We should be dealing with decent, actual things that need to be dealt with, not petty little things being looked at like every which way to find a problem where there is no problem. My issue is that I've spoken to James Marathis, and I apologize, I serve as chair at a housing authority. So I spoke to James Marathis, the executive director. I spoke to Nerese. I spoke to Andrew Stewart. Spoke to Scott Dixon. And I had separate conversations with 3 board members who attended the original Brant Rock Association gathering on Saturday. Had a conversation regarding the insignia that we're using, et cetera. We're going to be voting to change it a little bit so it doesn't look so much like the town seal, basically, so it'll be significantly different. Honestly, I think it already does look significantly different, but apparently it was a big deal for some people. So I just wanted to bring this to the forefront and say that in the world that we live in today, or at the moment, we should be dealing with important things instead of petty things. And I'm losing my words here because I can't believe this is so insignificant compared to what's going on in the town with finance and everything else going on. So I just wanted to bring this to your attention that the seal will be adjusted at the next regular board meeting that we're going to have at the Housing Authority. And we should be working to move forward on important matters. Thank you. It was just, a lot of people were upset about an issue that was created that I just wanted to make sure it was clarified. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Next up, we have Susan Driscoll.
Thank you. My name is Susan Driscoll. I am here today as the wife of a former firefighter and the mom of 2 firefighters, one in Marshfield and one in Situate. And I've heard people say, what can we do? We want to support our fire department. And I'm here to ask you to bring the fire department up to full staffing and to make keeping it at full staffing a priority. The fire department's not like Star Market. If someone's not there, you close down a register. If someone's not there at the fire department, someone has to fill that spot. Sometimes people are held. They can't leave work after maybe what has been an incredibly stressful shift, and then they have to take on another one. And who knows what will happen during that. So if we are looking to help make a stressful job that much less stressful, again, I encourage you to keep the fire department at full staffing. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Driscoll. Last but not least, Mr. Atwater.
Thank you. I had an introduction paragraph to give to the board, which is an introduction to questions I had. And I want to read the first sentence. It's sort of amusing what's happened. These questions are only for me to understand how the select board functions and should not be interpreted as gotcha questions. 2 weeks ago, I learned about the 3-minute limit when I tried to explain statements made by one of the other individuals applying for town administrative job. And I really needed more than 3 minutes, but I got cut off. That's okay. That's one rule I understand now. The second one, Mr. Kelly explained to me, I can ask questions, but legally the board can't respond to them in this surrounding. So I've now had 2 lessons. But for the record, I would like to read the questions in. Question 1, if the $7 million override does not receive approval of the town's residents on the September 1st, 2026 ballot, does the select board have any financing alternatives to the no override vote? Question 2, has the select board or any town employee received the annual comprehensive financial report, which is defined as an ACFR, for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2023? Question 3, if there was a yes to question 2, if the ACFR for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025, it has been received, has not been posted to the town's document and reports website. Was it received? Will it be posted? Can I get a copy this week of the ACFR for the fiscal year ending June 30, 25, and from whom? Question 4, if there's a no to question 2, does the delay in receiving the June 30th ACFR create an event of default or any representation, warranty, or covenant contained in any of the town's indenture agreements or any Massachusetts statutes requiring towns to submit their ACFRs by a date certain? 5, has the select board reviewed the ACFR for the year ending June 30th, 2024, and if it received the ACFR for the year ending June 30th, 2025. Question 6, the August 17th, 16 action item to be heard tonight refers to a discussion/vote memorandum of understanding language with no override privilege - Rick Smith. I'm not aware of any memorandum has been posted to a written document, or if so, posted on the town's website. Should this memorandum be a written document posted on the town's website before taking a vote tonight, thereby creating the impression or interpretation it is an official select board policy or indirectly a town policy? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Atwater. Okay, next, we're going to move to executive session. I move that the select board vote to enter executive session for the following purposes. First, to discuss strategy with respect to pending litigation where the chair declares that an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining or litigating position of the town of Marshfield pursuant to Mass General Law Chapter 30A, paragraph 21, to wit, Andrew Stewart et al. Versus Dana Jr., trustee, and number 2, to consider the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property where the chair declares that an open session may have a detrimental effect on the negotiating position of the Select Board pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 30 Alpha, Section 21A6, property address being withheld. And number 3, to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining where the chair declares that an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining position of the town of Marshfield. Select Board pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, paragraph 21A3, Department of Public Works Employees Bargaining Agreement. And number 4, to discuss complaints or charges brought against the Select Board, to wit, open meeting law complaint by Patrick Higgins dated August 3rd, 2026, pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21A1, and number 5, to return to open session at the conclusion of the executive session. Do I have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion before the vote?
None?
I'd like to call for a roll call vote, and to do it a little bit more formally going forward, I'm going to ask Chelsea if you could poll each one of the board members when we do call for a roll call vote, and I'll just ask you to call out the name. We'll respond, yay or nay. I'm sure it'll be all yays.
So I'm just calling out everyone's name.
Just call our names one at a time. We'll go through and then announce the results of the vote.
Are you announcing it or am I?
You are.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep. Go ahead.
All right, Eric Kelly,
Aye.
Rick Smith,
Aye.
Chris Rowland.
Aye.
Motion passes 3-0.
Okay. We will move. Okay, we are back in open session. We're going to reconvene here and move on to, as we've already gone through public comments, we're going to move on to action item number 1, which is the discussion and vote setting dates for opening and closing of the fall 2026 special meeting town warrant.
Do you need to open the session? No, okay.
No. Apparently you only need a motion to adjourn.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so special town meeting is set at the moment for October 19th, and I believe that we already have that confirmed with the schools. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so October 19th works for special town meeting, and that's a Monday night. Okay. So as far as the warrant is concerned, I think, Ted, we're proposing that the warrant open next Tuesday?
Actually, it's going to be Wednesday.
Wednesday.
The 26th to Tuesday, September 8th.
Okay, for a period, okay, and that's the period of 10 days.
Yep.
Okay.
And that gives us time to send the meeting notices out tomorrow.
Yep.
If we ever drop that.
Okay. All right. I'm fine with that kind of attack. Mr. Kelly?
I just want to, the schools, is it going to be the auditorium or the gymnasium, do we know?
It was Bob that was asking about, I'm not sure where he was asking about. I just know he was asking about the date. I don't remember.
It's a fair question. We should
Yeah.
find, we should
Yeah, I
ask.
mean, the only thing I was thinking in regards to is that if it's going to be in the gym, that means it's going to cost extra money between the custodians setting up. So I'd rather make sure that the date that we have the auditorium available, so I think it'll be less of an expense on the all around.
So I'm just looking at an email I got earlier. Pat Sullivan, Dr. Sullivan of the schools is confirming that the auditorium.
Okay, will be the auditorium?
Yep.
Okay. So the date, and the other thing is, I think we need to make sure of, as long as you two are in agreement, you and Chris are in agreement, is that it's only for emergency items, things that can't wait till spring town meeting in regards to the articles. So we have to make sure that whatever's presented to us is emergency items, according to our charter, that cannot wait till Springtown meeting. Especially budgetary items, I think, any budgetary items that come up, I think we need to push off till the spring as well, because that really, when we did that last year, it really threw a wrench into everything for that budget year going into it, so.
Okay. Any other comments or?
Date, time, auditorium, emergency items, I think that's it for me.
Mr. Rowland?
What's that?
You good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm going to move that the board vote pursuant to Article 2, Paragraph 2, 3, and 2, 4 of the Town Charter that the Select Board, 1, give written notice by Wednesday, August 19th, 2026, of the opening of the October 19th, 2026 special town meeting warrant for a period of 10 days to all elected boards, appointed committees, and department heads. And number 2, request that the town clerk to post of the opening of this October 19th, 2026 special town meeting warrant in at least 10 prominent locations as specified in paragraph 2, 4 Bravo, and 3, that the select board publish in the, or a newspaper of general circulation said notice of said opening. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any other discussion from the board?
None.
Seeing no discussion, all those in favor, say aye.
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 No. We got 3 in favor, motion carries 3-0. Okay, we're going to move on to action item number 2, which is the purchase and sale agreement for 235 Main Street.
Chelsea, did you end up printing that up for me?
I did. I
Printed
have.
them, passed them out, and I'm trying to find it.
The purchase and sale for 235?
Yep. This one right here.
I have them right here if you don't.
Oh, that's one right here.
Do you need one?
Yeah, I don't believe I have that in my binder.
Here's the here's what you guys find out.
I
Oh,
appreciate-
thank you.
yeah, yeah, I have
Yeah.
that.
So, okay.
Oh, this is the Farrell one.
It has 235 Main on it. It's like this few paragraphs.
I
down.
have it.
No, you did give it to me. I wasn't, I thought it was something different that we talked about earlier. All right, I appreciate that, Chelsea, thank you.
Anytime.
I don't think we have town council here. I did look through this. I didn't have any questions on it. It looked pretty, it was standard and per.
I know when I got this kind of late, when I came in, so I really haven't had a chance to review it. But I would imagine it's probably all standard.
Yeah. It was,
I mean, as long as the purchase price is the same.
which it is. $5 to $530. Any comments, questions, or?
What's that? I'll read it.
Good? Okay,
Yeah.
so you're good?
Yeah, I'm going to say the language in it is probably standard, it's just, what is purchasing the property, the price hasn't changed on it,
Correct.
and one way or the other, the house will be coming down, so I think it's just, I would look at that, this is probably just the thing to purchase it and be done with it, so I can roll with it right now.
I move that the board vote to execute the purchase and sale agreement negotiated by town council for the purchase of 235 Main Street, Marshfield, Mass. for the sum of $530,000, with the purchase subject to CPC and special town meeting approval. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion from the board?
None?
Seeing no further discussion from the board, all those in favor say aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, vote carries 3-0. Okay, we're going to move on to action item number 3, which is a discussion and vote on a proposal memorandum of understanding language from the No New Override Pledge, led by Rick Smith. So, a lot of paper here tonight.
A lot of paper every day we do.
We gotta find which of these here. Hold on. I found it. It's right here. All right.
I have it.
So the MOU that I'm looking to, that I proposed previously and that I'm looking to get approved tonight is as was written previously, but I did, and I had Chelsea share a copy with both of you gentlemen in regard to the changes on the revenue sharing and how that works. So I'll read it aloud. Just to be transparent here, the Marshfield Public Schools shall be allocated a share in total revenue net of shared costs, which shall include but may not be limited to overlay, debt excluded, debt service, cherry sheet assessments, cherry sheet offsets, SSR, VT, Norfolk Agricultural, payroll processing fees, benefits coordinator, Munis AP, audits, tax titles, reserve fund, facilities, snow and ice, non-excluded debt service, debt issuance costs, general insurance, Medicare, pension, obligations, employee health insurance, and unemployment. Future shared costs may include shared reserve funds amongst others that are mutually agreed to. The share that shall be allocated to MPS will be equivalent to 68.5% for use in its annual budget. And the free cash available for use by Marshfield Public Schools each year shall be that which is generated exclusively for school use. For example, if prior year Chapter 78 surpasses the original budget amount for that year, then schools shall receive 100% of that surplus. Is another example. If free cash is derived from lower than budgeted spending on a non-school related expense, then Marshfield Public Schools shall not receive that surplus. I trust everyone's had an opportunity to read through it since I passed it out 2 weeks ago. Questions or comments, Mr. Kelly?
The only thing I would suggest, Mr. Chair, is maybe we should read the whole thing. Have a discussion on each one.
If you have specific and discussions items that you want to.
I mean, the school one, I will never agree to. I think you want my honest opinion as well as everybody else out there. I think we need to do an efficiency study, including the schools. My concern is that in regards to them trying to unseat me through a recall notice, has me concerns that they got faults in their budget, which I think need to be looked at. To give them any more money, I think is a big mistake without doing the study, and as well as them turning over their entire budget, line items and everything for review. I am not going to, at least I'm not going to vote to hand them out any monies unless there's a complete review of their budget, line items, and their, the way they operate. I think that'd be a big mistake upon us going forward without getting that from the schools as well as anybody else, in my opinion.
I'll just respond briefly by saying that this structure does not allocate them any more than what has already been approved by the town. And your second point was the audits. Yes, that is covered in Section 7 of this MOU in terms of performance audits. And all departments shall conduct performance audits focused on operational efficiency and cost reduction that shall accompany their budget requests for the coming fiscal year. Mr. Rowland.
I mean, I read through this. I mean, I think it's a great way to lay everything out. And like you said, ultimately, it's an MOU that just shows that how we're going to, within writing, how we're going to forecast and, how we're going to create better fiscal policy. I mean, I feel like it's good. And as far as the schools go,
I agree. It does not allocate. It's just outlining exactly what, what they are entitled to as the schools. And, just laying it out for the people in the town to understand how we have our revenue sharing in position. So, I mean, I'm good with it. I mean, I think at the end of the day, it is hard to pledge no new override for a period of time when you don't know what the future holds. I mean, I respect the spirit of it, and I also believe that that's something that we should be focused on, is trying to move forward without looking for an override. But again, we really don't know. I mean, we've been through pandemic, we've been through a lot of different things in our recent lifetime, and I would have never saw that coming. I was a sitting selectman in 2019, 2020 when the pandemic hit. And so there were things that we had to move fast on and we didn't have any plans for. So I respect it, and I think it's a good way to start. And I've said this before, just pledging that you're not going to have one for a specific period of time, it's ambitious. I mean, but I also understand the spirit of it. So that's really all I have to say about that. So,
Thank you. One thing that I'll add to this is that right now this is an MOU structured for between the town and the school committee, and that the Board of Public Works is the other board in town that I think that the select board should be moving in a meaningful direction with, to build and develop a constructive working relationship, and to include them as part of this or something slightly different. Again, using this as nothing more than a structure, right, a foundation, of which we can then ask Mr. Langell to move forward with on a much more disciplined way of budgeting and forecasting, while still leaving him very much the latitude he needs in order to be able to do his job. But I think approaching the Board of Public Works is something that I certainly want to do in the very near future. But I realize we need a little bit of work to do there, and their situation and their challenges and opportunities are certainly different than schools. But a lot of this stuff can apply across the board regardless of where in town we're talking about. Are you in favor of voting to approve tonight?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to move that the board vote to approve the draft memorandum of understanding language concerning the no new override pledge as proposed by Mr. Smith. Do I have a second?
Second?
Is there any other further discussion from the board?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
In your revenue sharing with Marshfield Public Schools, why do you have the South Shore Regional Vocational Tech in here?
Because what it's saying is that it's a shared cost, so it's removed from the calculation. But as you can also see, what is specifically written in this is that we're aiming to try to avoid a SSVT override in the future through this MOU. Any other discussion?
And how was the 68.5
Yeah, good question.
budget
Yeah, so I worked.
for Marshfield Public Schools come up?
Yep, so worked with Mr. Moran, worked with Meg LeMay, looked at historical, looked at the current budget that's been approved, and this was right in line with that.
So you're basing it on past expenditures on the schools or past budgets that were put together?
Conservatively, yes.
Yeah, see, I think that's a big mistake in itself right there. I mean, like I said, I think the schools need a full review of it. I hate to bring it up, but, Rick, this is what got you removed from your position as the I don't know, I can't even think of the name, the advisory committee. And the whole thing is that, when you sat before Mike Maresco, in that meeting, Mike was telling you there's no money, and then you pushed for another $300,000 to give to the schools. And even a town administrator at the time says the town doesn't have it. And all of a sudden, there's a big powwow in Mike's office, a bunch of people, and they sign off on it. And I think that might have been one reason why Lynn may not be here sitting with us right now, is because of that. And the whole thing is that I think it's pretty, in my opinion, in regards to this election, who Sean Costello, the chair of the school committee, was supporting between both years. And, I think you are under his thumb, in my opinion. It's another,
I can't help but laugh about that.
you can
Go
laugh
ahead.
all you want.
I will. I'm going to tell you
Hold on,
something.
hold on.
Can I finish?
Hold on,
And
hold
you
on.
can say it afterwards.
Let's let Mr.
I know who your thumb you're under, bud.
Okay,
That's
okay,
fine.
let's,
So the whole thing is that Sean Costello got what he wanted between getting both years elected, and I think the way this is all reading out in regards to this MOU is a benefit to the schools, and that should be concerning to me, me and everybody else in the town.
thank you for your opinion, Mr. Kelly. All right, I'm going to push this to a vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. 2 ayes. All opposed?
Aye.
Okay, so 2 in favor, 1 opposed. The motion carries 2-1. Okay, we're going to move on to the next agenda item, which is the discussion and vote on the expectations of the new town administrator by the select board. So all I wanted to do here was just get the discussion rolling. I don't think that there's necessarily a lot of discussion tonight, but I wanted to give you a heads up on what I was thinking in terms of how we can lay out the expectations for Mr. Langell. As part of his contract, we're required to agree on what the expectations are in writing between this board and Mr. Langell by October 1st, which doesn't leave us a ton of time. So I thought it would be helpful to talk a little bit about what the process is for that. So give me 1 second here. All right, so as far as expectations for the town administrator, I think that what I'd like to do is begin next week with a basic high-level outline on what that looks like, right? And it's about, it will cover such things as a division in roles, right? How we deal with communication, so that way there's not surprise communication.
For the screen?
Oh, no, I'm just, these are thoughts that I just wrote down to refresh my memory. Yeah, I don't have anything I'm proposing at the moment. But I think that we want to have a discussion and a formal outline that establishes what those division of roles are, how communication works, that empowers him to manage, right? We need to make sure that he has that ability to do that, of course, with our oversight and approval. Financial visibility, coordinating across town government, how we deal with public communication by the town administrator, and formal performance checkpoints too, which I think is important, meaning it's a set of expectations for the next year, but that doesn't, in my book, I don't think that means that we say, here's your expectations, we'll catch up with you in next August, right? We'll have some formal stepping points. The piece that I think that, and I'm asking you as my fellow board members to focus on over the next week, is to give some thought on what his first year priorities should be. And to be a little specific, right? What I don't think that we should do is give him a list of 50 priorities of a laundry list, if you will, of every single thing in town that we'd like to see change, adjusted, improved, or whatnot. Because if we do that, if there's 50 priorities, then that means that there's no priorities. I think we need to be specific. So I think boiling it down to a list of, 5, maybe 6 items to, again, major policy items would be particularly important. But anyways, I think that we need to start this discussion at next Monday's meeting formally, but I wanted to just throw that out there, get any thoughts or comments, and then, if you agree with that sort of process. And then, if you agree with it, next Monday we can come and talk a little bit about what's in that outline. I'll propose something, and then, of course, you can, take it back, mark it up, what have you, at the next meeting, but also come with some thoughts specifically on what those top priority items should be. Mr. Kelly.
Yeah, I don't think this is a bad thing, expectations. I think as long as what we put forward to Mr. Langell is realistic, at least for the start of his first year, especially leading into, right now going as part of our current budget operation, but as well as thinking about going into when he starts creating next year's budget. I mean, let's put it this way. Everybody knows what my concerns are, and one of them is overtime in town. I think that needs to be tackled. I think that's a big expense the town's taken on. I know you can't eliminate the entire thing, but I think it needs to be reeled in my opinion.
Okay, but as far as the process for starting next week, in general agreement on, obviously I'll propose it and you can agree or disagree on it then.
Look, you can start up next week, doesn't necessarily mean he's going to finish next week.
Oh, no, I think it'll take the full 6 weeks or whatever we got left, yeah. No, I think we should do a very thorough job of it, right? This is, setting the expectations with Mr. Langell and his priorities is not just saying, hey, go work on these things. It's saying, here's what we believe the priorities are for our town, and what we expect Mr. Langell to be working on 24/7. Well, except for the sleeping hours, you can do that. All right, thank you, Mr. Kelly. Mr. Rowland.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea to have us put some input into it, mainly because we've been here and we've been watching, and I'm sure Mr. Langell's catching up as fast as he can. But I also believe that, he's an experienced administrator, C-level person, and I think it'll be really, really, really important as you get in the seat and turn the fire hose off a little bit, that you'll have your own ideas of things that you want to focus on, that your priorities will be. In my past careers, I think that one of the things I used to do when I first started was I would either create a 90 or 120-day plan for myself that would say, here's what I feel I should be tackling. What do you think about that? So maybe that we can be a little collaborative about that. And ultimately, you'll be the one that owns that plan. So, but I think, yeah, absolutely. Us coming to the table with some ideas and things that we think are priorities to be focused on is key. And, we're going to work together and be collaborative and get things done. So I like it.
Perfect. Thank you, Mr. Rowland. And Mr. Langell, since we are talking about you, I feel it'd be kind of awkward if we didn't ask if you had anything to add.
No, Mr. Rowland actually hit on the thing I was thinking about, that just making sure it's a two-way conversation.
100%.
To get to where we need to be by October 1st. And I was happy to hear those comments. So that's, I think some of the goals and priorities are pretty obvious, and maybe there's some others that I don't even, know about yet, but as long as it's a two-way conversation, I'll be happy. Excellent.
Thank you. All right. Great. We will move on. Or actually, Chelsea, before we move on, could you just make sure that as we start to put together the agenda for next Monday, that this becomes a recurring meeting item? Thank you. Okay. Agenda item number 5 is a discussion and vote on memorandum of agreement, Department of Public Works. We are going to push that for the moment to the next meeting. We're going to push that to next Monday.
Is that what we just discussed in executive session? Push it to Monday for a public discussion, or are we
Executive.
having another executive session?
We'd have an executive session and still have to go back there.
Why, do you think things are going to be different come next Monday?
That's what we,
Well, we sent it to Mr. Langell and
to work on.
Ken to work on.
Yep.
So we're.
We don't know. Well, I mean, you can put it on the agenda and next week and see what comes about it. I just don't know. I'd be shocked if there's anything to discuss, but,
Okay.
you know.
All right, agenda item number 6 is a discussion on safety issues and policy options for e-bikes and scooters in Marshfield, out of respect for the Marshfield Fire Department and the tragedy that they're working through right now, along with the rest of our town. I've asked to delay this discussion to a point in the future. The point of the discussion was to talk about, with our public safety leaders here, policy options for how to deal with an ever-increasing amount of electric bikes and scooters in Marshfield, which I know everybody's encountered in one way, shape, or form of another, hopefully by not having to swerve out of the way, but it's a not just here in Marshfield, but of course across the country. This new technology is having a big impact. So I ask that we delay this, and perhaps, Chelsea, we can put this at the beginning of September sometime. Okay, thank you. Item number 7 is a discussion and vote on a temporary liquor license application for Eric Christensen from Pours and Bites LLC. So the Select Board received a temporary liquor license application from Eric Christensen of Pours and Bites LLC for an event happening on August 22nd, 2026, called the Touch a Truck Fundraiser, happening at 887 Plain Street between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. This is for wine and malt beverages only. We do have a copy of the insurance certificate, the advertisements, the tips certification, as well as the appropriate narrative. This is being held outdoors, and they have included a drawing of what the event looks like and how they're containing where those beverages will be consumed. I don't have any questions. Everything checked out fine to me. Mr. Kelly?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. When I was reviewing this, unless I overlooked it, as you pointed out, in regards to the map and how they're containing it, there is no description of how they are containing where the beverages are being served. No discussion in regards to the type of barricades, and that kind of stuff. So I think in your motion, I think you might want to have that part of your motion and have the police department get back to us in regards to what their thoughts and suggestions are on it in regards to the layout of this, if there's a required barricade or some kind of fencing in the area where they're going to be dispensing and consuming beverages.
So you mean, so they have a red line here denoted, but I think what you're referring to is that they don't refer to what material is being used is to be put in the barricade, if that is indeed.
Yeah, and
confirmed as
for an
barricade.
enclosure.
Okay. All right. Mr. Rowland?
Good.
Okay.
And I'll also say, Mr. Chair, that just to give advertisement to it, because it only specifies an address, that this is going to be held by Smith & Sons on 887 Plain Street.
I move that the board vote to approve a one-day wine and malt beverage license to Eric Christensen of Pours and Bites LLC for the Touch a Truck fundraiser happening on August 22nd, 2026, between 10 and 4 p.m. At 887 Plain Street, subject to providing the Select Board with additional sufficient information on the barricades being provided to contain alcoholic beverage consumption. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion from the board?
None.
Seeing no further discussion, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0. All right, on to agenda item number 8. Agenda number 8 is a discussion and vote on 2 temporary entertainment license applications for Trinity Episcopal Church. The town received a application for a temporary one-day entertainment license from Test Meter of Trinity Episcopal Church for an event happening at Dandelion Park entitled Morning Prayer Service, to be held Tuesday, August 25th, 2026, with a rain date of August 27th, 2026, to be happening at 9 a.m. There's a projected 20 persons that will attend. There will be recorded music provided via a mobile phone. It is an outdoor event with no tent and no food being served. It is a morning service to include a service of readings and hymns lasting approximately 45 minutes. We did not receive any concerns from fire or police, and nor the Board of Health. We've also received a similar application, a temporary one-day entertainment license, same person, same entity, Trinity Episcopal Church, for an event happening at Wrexham Beach, an evening prayer service on September 16th, 2026, with the rain date of September 23rd, 2026, happening at 6 p.m., also expecting up to 20 people, recorded music on the phone, no tent, all outdoors, no food being served, and the event lasting 45 minutes as per the other one. I don't have any questions, no concerns, and everything checks out. Mr. Kelly?
Nope, everything looks pretty basic to me, so I'm good with it.
Mr. Rowland?
I'm good.
Okay. Move that the board vote to approve 2 temporary entertainment licenses allowing the Trinity Episcopal Church to host morning prayer service at Dandelion Park on Tuesday, August 25th, 2026, with the rain date of August 27th, 2026 at 9 a.m., as well as a event to be held on September 16th, 2026, with a rain date of September 23rd, happening at 6 p.m. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion from the board?
None.
No.
Seeing no discussion, all those in favor say aye.
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 All right, motion carries 3-0. We'll move on to item number 9, which is a discussion and vote on an event permit application for the Daniel Webster School Pumpkin 5K. All right, the Select Board received a request for an event permit from Colleen Couples of 46 Priscilla Road for Daniel Webster School Pumpkin 5K. It's the 13th annual community fundraiser, with proceeds going to the Daniel Webster School parent-teacher organization to benefit students and staff. Expecting 295 people or so, with live music playing for about 6 hours, no food served, with the event happening on October 18th, 2026, from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. As far as coordination, event coordination and impacts, They noted that they'll be sending social media messages to the streets where lots of people will be walking and running. Marshfield Police will also be providing help along the route as well, and that they're working with Officer Jason Lucchetti and usually 2 officers that are volunteering to help them out. We did receive a letter as well as a map of the route, and also confirmation from police that they have no concerns. Mr. Kelly.
The only thing I have a question on, I imagine, which I don't know, but I imagine the building will be open possibly is the bathroom usage for the crowd. That's the only thing I'm just wondering, where they may, expecting roughly 300 people, could be more. Everybody's out walking about by the meeting, so I'm just wondering if the school will be open for its usage of the facilities.
That's a fair question.
Well, I mean, it's their 13th year, and I think by now they got the bathroom
Well, I was
situation
gonna
figured out.
Yeah. Where do they normally do it? Is that normally where you go if you're attending that event? 6-hour event?
Probably. I mean, but I'm sure they have it figured out.
And they probably, I'm sure that they have it worked out with the schools.
Yeah. I know, like, for the Molly Walk,
Yeah.
for example, they have the high school, the bathrooms open at the stadium.
Yeah.
The other one's right there.
Yeah.
So they do, the custodian comes and opens them and makes sure that they're good. But, I mean, they may just not think it's, because they've done it so long, so.
Mr. Rowland, questions, comments?
I'm all good.
Okay. Move that the board vote to approve an event permit application for the Daniel Webster School Pumpkin 5K2. Colleen Couples for the, working on behalf of the Daniel Webster School Pumpkin 5K, happening at 1456 Ocean Street on October 18th, 2026, from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. With a route as detailed in the map provided to the Select Board. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion from the board?
None?
Seeing no further discussion from the board, all those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0. We're on to agenda item number 10. Discussion and vote on a temporary entertainment license for the Marshfield Community Rib Cook-Off. All right, the town of Marshfield received, the Select Board received an application from the Marshfield Community Rib Cook-Off, 61 Chandler Drive, for a charity fundraiser to be held on September 12th, 2026, from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m., including live music and estimated almost 3,750 people. Outdoor event, there will be tents, there will be food served. They will have 6 detail officers, 2 emergency medical technicians. They'll apply for the necessary permit from the Board of Health. The tents will be supplied by Family Crest Catering, and they will apply for the necessary permits with the building department. We do have a copy of their use permit with the Marshfield Fairgrounds and confirmation from both fire and police that no issues are foreseen at this time with the event. I don't have any further questions. Mr. Kelly?
This is another one that kind of, my attention, I was going through this in regards to the bathrooms, as they were pointing out. There's a restroom fee of $500, and then the amount of people, so, where I don't think I've ever been in the bathrooms in there. Have any of you used the facilities in there?
So at the fairgrounds, they have the permanent bathrooms, which are
Yeah.
over those, they're like, they use them at the
They have them open for the farmer's market and any events there. But then if they probably, I think the last time I went to the rib cook-off, and I'm disappointed because I almost always lately have a conflict, and it's an amazing event. But they did have porta potties as well. So it's like a combo of the hard bathrooms that are there for the fair, and then porta potties.
All right, yeah, that's all I was wondering. I'm like, with the amount of people, because that's one thing, I was like, I don't know, I did talk to the Board of Health before the meeting today about it, because I never seen the facilities they have for bathrooms, but I was like, I don't know if the facilities can handle the crowd that they're getting, because it's getting bigger and bigger every year. But what you're saying is, the times you have been there, they have had porta potties.
Yeah, and like parts away from the hard wired or whatever you want to call it, but the toilets, the running toilets that are right next to. I'm trying to think where exactly it is. Next to the agriculture hall, there's one right there. It's right there.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think there's some in the agriculture hall too, but I could be wrong. But I know there's ones right there.
All right.
Yeah.
That was all I was wondering, so.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
I'd like to move that the board vote to approve a temporary entertainment license for the Marshfield Community Rib Cook-Off, allowing this charity fundraiser to occur on September 12th, 2026, from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. At the Marshfield Fairgrounds on Main South River Street between the hours of 12 and 6 p.m., subject to receiving all other necessary permits as required by law. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any other further discussion from the board?
None.
Seeing no further discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. Moving on to agenda item number 11, which is a discussion and vote on a request for permission for Habitat for Humanity to park on town-owned land located at parcel Delta 180217. So this is a request by Habitat for Humanity to be able to park on the abutting town land owned during the construction of 1929 Main Street. We have an email here from Karen Horn, town planner, town of Marshfield, who says that she does support their request to park on the abutting town land for the construction of this residence. She notes that parking along the section of Main Street, Route 3A, is very dangerous. The proposed parking area on the town parcel Delta 180217 will be clearly marked to prevent any encroachment on the town's conservation land located on the adjacent parcel, which is located at Delta 180206 Alpha. The proposed parking area would provide a safe location for the workers and the volunteers to park during construction. They did provide GPS maps of the location and where parking would be taking place. I don't have any other questions, and in support of this. Mr. Kelly.
No, I think it's a no-brainer on this one, so I fully support of it.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly. Mr. Rowland.
No, it makes sense. Makes sense to me, thanks.
I move that the board vote to grant permission to South Shore Habitat for Humanity to park on a certain parcel of open space land abutting 1929 Main Street, which is parcel Delta 180217, for the purposes of construction, support for both volunteers and workers, until such construction is complete, with the understanding that any areas disturbed will be restored. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion from the board?
None.
Seeing no discussion from the board, all those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0. We're on to agenda item number 12. So discussion and vote to request a blood drive by the Board of Health. So we received a message from Kathy of the Board of Health. Kathy, what's Kathy's last name? Duddy, okay. She's requested permission to be able to utilize Marshfield Town Hall for a blood drive to happen on Wednesday, September 23rd. between the hours of 8:30 a.m. and 3 p.m. I guess, question I have is, where in Town
Yes.
Hall?
I believe they bring a
Is it outside in the parking lot?
believe-
Oh, so it's a van?
yeah,
Call it like a bus.
it's like a bus, and they park it out there, and then.
So it's not occupying any offices or nothing like that? Okay.
It's probably gonna be similar to the mammogram event that we had a
Yep.
couple months ago.
Okay.
So they just have a couple spots that they park. See.
I don't have any issues with it, so long as it's coordinated through the town administrator's office for a location in the public parking area.
You might want to confirm that, but I think that's right.
I mean, it says walk-ins are welcome. I'm almost under the impression that walk-ins is walking into the building somewhere, but,
No, I mean, they want you to pre-register for it, but if you can't pre-register in that day you want to give blood, they'll welcome you. You'll be able to walk in and give blood even if you don't have an appointment you schedule through that QR code. That's what they mean by that.
that could make sense. But I do agree with Rick that Ted will need to reach out to them just to confirm what the whole logistics plan is in regards to either it's going to be walk-ins to the building or a van that they're doing it through.
I move that the vote, I move that the board vote to authorize the Marshfield Board of Health to conduct and host a community blood drive at Marshfield Town Hall at 870 Moraine Street between the hours of 8:30 a.m. and 3 p.m. To be done within the public parking area located outside of Town Hall and coordinated and approved by the town administrator. I have a second.
Second.
Any further discussion from the board?
Yes, just on your motion there, Mr. Chair.
Yep.
We're under the impression it's going to be in the parking area, but we don't know, so I would just leave that part out and just have them coordinate through the town administrator.
Mr. Chair, if I may, I did just receive a text message from Kathy that it will be a mobile blood drive, so it will be.
Okay, so we confirmed it as a mobile blood drive? Okay, excellent.
My thing too is if it was to be held in the building, it opens up a whole new set of questions about sterilization, cleaning, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff, but
Yeah, I would agree with that.
sounds like we
absolutely.
don't have to think about that, so, perfect. All right, any further discussion?
No, we're good, good.
Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0. Moving on to discussion, or agenda item number 13, discussion and vote to declare a surplus Adventurous Memorial Library. The Select Board received a letter from Cindy Marcoux of the Adventurous Memorial Library. Dear Select Board, the library has an old piano that's not been able to be tuned or serviced for about 5 years. The company that serviced it said it was at the end of life. They have a very generous patron who will be donating her piano to the library, so a new piano. It is in mint condition and is much newer than our previous piano. Obviously, we don't have room in the library plaza program for 2 pianos, so we seek your permission to surplus the old piano. I don't have any objection, and sounds like a very generous donation that we'll be discussing in action item number 14. Mr. Kelly?
Yes, I think Cindy needs to give us another letter to accept the piano as a donation to the town.
She did.
She did?
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's the next agenda item. You probably saw it earlier, but, yeah, got divided up into 2 different agenda items.
Hold on, do I have it in here?
The first thing we do is vote to approve the surplus, and then the second is to approve the donation.
Okay, I see what you're talking about, all right.
Yeah?
Yep, okay.
I move that the board vote to declare as surplus the following items of personal property and that they be disposed of in accordance with the town's surplus. Is it personal property or is it town property? I move that the board vote to declare as surplus the following items of town property and that they be disposed of in accordance with the town's surplus property policy. Do I have a second? Oh, I'm sorry, items to include, or item to include a single piano that currently exists and sits at the Adventurous Memorial Library. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion from the board?
None?
Seeing no further discussion, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0. Moving on to number 14, which is the donation of the piano. Dear members of the Select Board, this is a letter from Cindy Marcoux. On behalf of the Ventures Memorial Library, I'm writing to respectfully request your acceptance of a donated Kohler and Campbell spinet piano with an estimated value of approximately $1,800. This generous donation is being made by Patricia Bean, a longtime Marshfield resident and dedicated friend of the Ventures Memorial Library. We are sincerely grateful for her generosity and continued support of the library. The piano will enhance the library's programming by providing opportunities for musical performances, educational programs, and community events. It will be a valuable addition to our gathering spaces and will benefit library patrons of all ages. Thank you for your consideration of this donation. We respectfully request that the Select Board vote to accept this gift on behalf of the town and the Ventures Memorial Library. I don't see any issues with this, and I'd just like to thank Ms. Bean for her generous donation to our town and the library. Mr. Kelly.
Yeah, I agree on the thank you to the family there, absolutely.
Mr. Rowland.
Yeah, no, great. Appreciate it.
I move that the board vote to accept with gratitude on behalf of the town the donation of a Kohler and Campbell spinet piano to the Ventures Memorial Library with a value of $1,800 from Patricia Bean. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further questions or any further discussion from the board?
None.
Seeing no further discussion from the board, all those in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0. Thank you again, Ms. Bean. All right, we're on to item number 15, which is the discussion and acceptance of 6 donations totaling $350 to the Council on Aging. So we have here a list of 6 donations that were made. The first one on July 20th, 2026 by Lawrence and Renee Haggerty for the amount of $50 in memory of James Fox. The next one on July 20th from Matthew R. Anderson for $50 in memory of James Fox. The next one, number 3, made on July 22nd, 2026 from Carrie L. Lindell for $100 is a general donation. Number 4 was made on July 2nd from Susan J. DiGeronimo for $50 in memory of Mary Ellen Blair. Number 5 was July 24th from Kathleen M. Ekrit for $50 in memory of Mary Ellen Blair. And last but not least, a donation made by Catherine A. Schindele on July 30th for $50 in memory of James Fox. The chair would like to obviously recognize and express appreciation for each of the donors for their generosity towards the Council of Aging and in memory of the noted folks here. Mr. Kelly.
I would just say that I concur with your thoughts on the generosity of these people.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly. Mr. Rowland.
Agreed. Same. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rowland. I move that the board vote to accept with gratitude and on behalf of the town the donation of totaling 6 donations totaling $350 to the Council on Aging from Lawrence and Renee Haggerty for $50, Matthew Anderson for $50, Carrie Lindell for $100, Susan DiGeronimo for $50, Kathleen Ekrit for $50, Catherine Schindel for $50. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion from the board?
None?
Seeing no further discussion, all those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0. Next discussion item is number 16 for discussion and acceptance on 2 donations totaling $400 to Veteran Services. The first letter here from Karen Paulette, Lisa J. Potts of the Town of Marshfield Department of Veteran Services. Town of Marshfield Veteran Services requesting permission to accept donations in the amount of $200 from Mrs. Patricia Dwyer. The donations will be used to provide assistance for health and welfare, morale, and/or the financial needs of our veterans and their dependents. Then we also have a separate one here from Karen and Lisa. The Town of Marshfield Resident Services requesting permission to accept donations in the amount of $200 from Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Hanlon. The donations be used to provide assistance for health, welfare, morale, and the financial need of our veterans and their dependents. Chair would like to recognize and thank Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Hanlon, as well as Mrs. Patricia Dwyer for their generosity towards our veterans and services that we provide them in the town of Marshfield. Mr. Kelly.
No, especially Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Hanlon. I think they're almost like weekly contributors to the veterans, and I believe Ms. Patricia Dwyer also, from time to time, makes a kind donation, so sincerely thank them both.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly. Mr. Rowland.
Yes, I appreciate their donations.
Thank you, Mr. Rowland. I move that the board vote to accept with gratitude on behalf of the town the donations totaling $400 to the Veterans Services from Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Hanlon and Mrs. for $200 and Mrs. Patricia Dwyer for $200. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion from the board?
None.
Seeing no further discussion from the board, all those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0. All right, we're on to agenda item number 17, which is a discussion of vote on select board liaison assignments. So the select board member liaison, I'm sure everybody's read this, but as far as what the liaisons do, but for the benefit of the public, the liaisons are a member of the select board that helps facilitate two-way communication, ensures that they stay informed on what the Board of Commission is working on, occasionally attends meetings, supports and advocates for them, clarifies committee charge and goals, and of course, doesn't overstep, but provides support as needed and as appropriate. As far as a process for this, I don't know that we have to go into great discussion on this this evening. I appreciate that it's in the agenda, and I don't know if anybody wants to say like that there's a particular one that they'd like to be a liaison for amongst others, but I think that given that there's a list of 24 here, there's 3 of us, that goes down to 8 for the simple math per board member. I'll just start off by saying that I'd love to be able to, and obviously, just as liaison, all of us as board members are afforded the opportunity to work with each of these committees, and this in no way prohibits that from happening. But I'd like to personally work with the advisory board, the Council on Aging, and the newly formed Economic Development Advisory Committee to begin with.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one.
Those are just my initial thoughts, but that is just my opinion.
So what did you want, Rick?
Advisory Board, Council on Aging, and Economic Development Advisory Committee.
Oh, the economic, we don't have that one in there at the moment, right?
Correct, but it's newly formed, but yeah.
Right.
I just wrote it at the bottom.
I mean, some of these are very small and some of them are larger, so, I have no preference. The only thing that I would work with the Capital Budget Committee.
I think that would be good, given your experience.
Yeah.
On the
I
capital.
mean, I would
Budget
work with
Committee
them. And Council on Aging, I would like potentially to work with.
Okay,
There,
But otherwise,
did you pick Council on Aging?
I did.
you did pick Council on Aging?
Yeah, we're going to have a thumb war to.
No, then you do Council on Aging.
You sure?
Yeah,
All
of
right.
course. I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. Sorry.
You want to do Capital Budget Committee, any others that kind of stand out to you as ones that you, and again, we can, there's more to come next week on this, I think, but any other ones?
I mean, I would do waterways, and I would definitely do Historical Commission.
Okay.
But otherwise, I mean, just you can assign me away, fill the gaps.
Mr. Kelly, anyone's on here that,
I thought about this through last year, and I knew it was coming up for this year, and I'm just thinking to myself, do we really need liaisons to them, or can they just go to one of us if they have an issue, and then go from there? I mean, that was my thought, is if they want one of us, I've had some of these committees reach out to me and asking to attend and all that.
Sure.
Certain meetings and everything like that, so I'm just like, do we really need to assign liaisons, or we just leave it up to those committees that if they want one of us to attend one of their meetings, or if they have a concern or whatever, that they reach out to one of the three of us?
so I think in kind of what I was alluding to in my kind of opening comments on this is that this doesn't preclude any of us from working with any member or any of any one of these committees, boards, commissions, et cetera. And it doesn't prohibit them from talking or working with any of us. For example, you just mentioned that, one reached out to you, and it doesn't prohibit that, right? All this does is it provides a formal framework to ensure that there's one of us that is reaching out from time to time and keeping those lines of communication open and strong. It's not to formally push a certain agenda or
No, I would never look at it
direct
as-
or anything
as
like that. It's
pushing
just
certain-
just to be there to support them, like in a more formal way. But again, doesn't preclude. So like if you,
That's what I'm saying, Mr. Chair, is that I just look at that. I don't disagree, and doesn't tell you to go out and push an agenda item and all that. You can discuss something that's on your mind.
Sure.
In regards to, hey, this is what I got on my mind, what do you think, and all that and everything. But I just look at that, I would let the committees decide who they wanted to reach out and have a discussion or invite to a meeting and everything, or keep in touch with. I guess my look at it would be, maybe we should ask these committees how they would like to operate in regards to this kind of function, what their thoughts are.
I'm not opposed to that, but I think the whole point of having liaison is so they have one point person on the board that they know is somebody they can call or email and say, hey, we're having this challenge, and they have the one point person, and that person can either engage Mr. Langell or engage another department or engage the finance department, whoever it is, and kind of like quarterback it. Because the challenge you're going to run into is if, let's say, there's something going on the advisory board, and they don't need all three select board members going to their advisory board. You can go, but it's really just having a specific point person. It's not heavy lifting. Not all these are heavy lifting, and I think it's just making sure that we are attentive to them. But I'm not opposed to asking them, do you want a liaison or not? I'm not opposed to it. I just know in the past, this has been kind of the way we've done it, much like the state does it. There's people on committee chairs, there's committee chairs in the federal government. I think that those people work with the different departments, and they are the chair or the board that works with them. But
I think is the executive branch of government in this town, that it's important that the select board determine who's going to be the liaison. But again, just to overemphasize and to restate, this does not preclude anything else from happening in terms of them communicating with any one of us,
Right.
or vice versa. There's no,
Yeah,
it's just simply a formality of making sure that, that there's somebody that's assigned to
No, I get you
all of that.
on those two fronts between the select board and their role on this, but also that doesn't preclude them from going to someone else, and that's the whole thing. Maybe we get assigned to these committees, and maybe some of these committees are like, I prefer Rick over Eric, or Chris over Eric, or however it is, so that's all I'm wondering is that and like you said, they can reach out to any one of us if they want. It's at their will.
100%.
So that's the way I look at it, is just that, and I get what Chris is saying in regards to, look, it's always been someone done in the past. I get that. But, as my time last year, as the chair and going over, and then I knew it was coming up this year, and I'm like, something, it's like, do you really need liaisons, or we just let the people in those organizations reach out to whoever they feel more comfortable with in regards to either they need one of us to attend a meeting, and/or if there's an issue come up, that they can reach out to one of the three of us. I mean, that's my thought on it. But
Any in particular on this list that you,
that I would be interested in.
from a formally that you'd like?
I mean, let's put it this way. I'm usually in touch with Brian Murphy on the ZBA, because I've been following that pretty, as opposed, especially with my opening comments in regards to what's going on at the airport. And I think we definitely need to delve into the airport issue. I mean, I'll be honest, I really haven't given any thought to it, but
Okay, well, we can,
I don't mind the zoning. Council on Aging, Conservation, Cemetery, Airport. You know something? I think, no, what did I just see it here? I think we have a playground committee. Do I not see that here?
yep, it's right down here.
What am I missing it here?
Town play, there's a question mark sitting next to
Oh,
it.
town playground, that's what it is. I don't think I mind trying that out.
Okay,
And I think those two, I think, would have interest in anyways. I mean, what do you want to do? You want to just assign the rest of them out to everybody?
yeah, and we'll do it at the next meeting, but I just wanted to open up the conversation, find out if you had any particular preferences of like, oh yeah, I really want to be, but again, even if, like Chris said, well, I want to be the advisory board, I'd say, sure, go ahead. I'm still going to talk to the advisory board, I'm still going to work with him.
Right.
It just means that he'd be the more formal, like, make sure you touch base with him.
Check
and
in.
coordinate and all that kind of stuff. Chelsea, can we add this to the agenda for next meeting? We'll put it kind of right up at the top so we can get it done.
You know something, and maybe if any of these committee members are watching, maybe they like to email us and say, hey, we have to give so-and-so a try, or whatever else like that.
If there's any committee that prefers a certain liaison over another, I'd be happy to
Entertain it.
entertain it. Thank you. Okay, we're going to move on to, is this the last agenda? No, almost. Number 18, discussion and vote on the Marshfield Fair Common Victualler applications.
Oh, wait, what? A lot of reading.
Okay, so the Select Board received applications for common victualler applications from, I'm going to read these a little slowly, just that way I can make sure that we got them all in the motion. Michael Conroy from Freedom Fire Barbecue, and these are all for the same dates, from August 21st, 2026, which is this Friday, through August 30th, 2026, hours of operation between 12 p.m. and 10 p.m., which is the hours of the Marshfield Fair. So we got an application from Freedom Fire Barbecue, Michael Conroy, from Chick-fil-A of Hanover, from the Wicked Loft Cafe Incorporated, from Chocolate Moonshine,
I don't know what that is. Never heard of it.
Courtside Bar and Grill, Sarcastic, wait a second, let me get this, Temperance.
Which one are you looking at?
Temperance, name of the business is Temperance.
Oh, that's down, 3 down from sarcastic swine on the agenda.
Okay, it's just not on
It's
this.
just not in there, yeah.
Okay.
Is it not on the agenda?
No, it's on the.
No, it is on the
It
agenda.
is on the agenda.
Yep. Sarc,
Some of these out of order than the agenda, is that what you're saying?
I'm reading according to the motions, that way I can, but you know what? We're gonna do according to the agenda, make it a little bit more simpler. I just need to make sure I get my other agenda page.
Yeah, I think if you start going outside the agenda, you might miss one. I think she's got them all in order, so.
All right, so, well, we said we got Freedom and Fire Barbecue, Chick-fil-A, Wicked Loft Cafe, Chocolate Moonshine, Courtside Bar.
So did you read the Wicked Loft Cafe?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, we
Yeah, the
got-
Chocolate Moonshine.
Yep. Yep. We got Temperance, so we get that. We have Immaculate Concession. So Immaculate Concession is not
Not
on
the agenda.
okay.
Well, she has to add that for Wednesday's
Is that the
meeting,
one of
right?
the ones that we knew we needed to move to Wednesday?
I don't know. Yeah, there were,
Is it on the agenda for Wednesday? Okay. All right, so Immaculate Concession is not on here. Pull this out. Sugar Tang, Inc. Got that one. Sarcastic Swine Barbecue. Got that one.
So are you just going through to make sure they're all lining up right now?
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah. Two for Jookin. Two for one, sorry. Spelled wrong in the application here.
Yeah, they would,
No,
I
that's
wouldn't,
okay.
I was like, what?
2 for John doesn't play on the words like 2 for 1.
Chicken and rice guys, we got that. Pablo's Mexican Street Eats and Margaritas. Got that. And then, I don't see the applications from Sugar Lab, Captain Squid, Papa Frank's Lemonade,
Yep.
or Richie's Slush.
The others probably all need to be Wednesday.
Are those on Wednesday, too?
Yes, and I believe, is Richie Slush the same guy that has the peddler's cart that you guys just approved?
Oh, that would be him probably. What's the,
Is it?
Well, if it is, that he already has an approved common.
I don't know if it's the same
But if
gentleman.
it's a different guy, I'll have to
Okay.
look at their folders in the office.
But the other, so Sugar Lab is on Wednesday's agenda?
The Sugar Lab is on this agenda.
Right, but we don't have
We don't have
the
the backup.
application.
Oh, I can go grab it.
Can you get it? Yeah. The other ones to grab, please, is Captain Squid,
Okay,
It's the same person too, looks like.
and then Papa Frank's Lemonade.
okay.
And this is it for the fair? I mean, we've had others, right? Or no?
How many more do we have on Wednesday's agenda?
5 or 6 more.
Okay.
Do we have sarcastic swine in here?
Yes. Yeah, it was towards the end.
It just seems like a low amount of.
It wasn't in the exact order, but it was definitely.
But I could be, I mean,
There were some that were already approved.
and then there's some,
Yeah.
that
Yep.
a lot of them will
Micro
come from
pools.
who are the people that put on the fair?
Right.
Not fairgrounds, but the actual vendor shows, the shows people.
Yep.
Okay, so the Immaculate Concessions, that's Christian Valenti. He has 2, so that is on the agenda. I just broke them down because he applied. He applied originally as that, but then he broke it down further, so I just wanted to make sure that it was clear.
Wait, so you have the license application for Papa Frank's?
I should. Yes, that one I definitely got, because he sent it in a second time today, just to make sure I got it.
So put that aside, just that way we can, check and verify all that
Will
stuff.
do.
Sugar Lab? What was the other one?
Okay. We definitely got one for Sugar Labs. I broke them all down. Sherry Lou. Should have gone in the folder. I don't know why I didn't.
Maybe it's together with Captain Squid? Because they're both.
She had 2, yes. So if
Yeah.
it says 2 booths on the application,
Yeah, we don't have the application.
oh, duh. That's me too. But yes, so Sugar Labs is 2. They're both for Sherry Lou. And she did put 2 on her application.
Okay. Could you just bring them up so we can verify, and then we'll.
Yeah,
We'll
trying
move.
to make sure I got the right ones. Because of course I can't find this one, I can't find
Whatever you don't have can wait till Wednesday, right?
No, because we already got the agenda published.
Yeah, we can just table it.
Can't table it because we
Yeah,
have.
but if it's not on the
fairs-
agenda for Wednesday, then it doesn't.
Can't be on,
Oh, for Wednesday's agenda.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm gonna forward it to you. I know I have it, but this is the email came in originally, just for confirmation. I did get it.
So you got a copy electronically?
Yes.
Just
I
bring
did.
your computer over. I just need to see it for a second. I mean,
See it.
it's not a detailed,
We just want to make sure that their stuff's in.
making sure it's real. That's all.
So we've got the one for Captain Squid and then the other for the Sugar Lab.
Okay. You show it to these guys, and then,
Get the information on him.
Yeah.
So I read out the address and
good, it's good.
business.
These are the 2
That sounds like
applications. We do
thousands.
have it. I did print it out and stamped it. So there's Captain Squid. And there's the Sugar Lab.
Oh, there's only 2 we were missing. Said yeah, Papa Frank's lemonade.
Yep, Christian Valenti, he
And
has 2
Richie
separate ones.
Slush?
Yep, Richie Slush. He sent me in a second application, that's on my desk.
So are we working in Richie Slush and Papa's lemonade, or is that for Wednesday?
Those are for the same person, those are on.
you have that piece of paper, right?
Yeah, I have
Okay.
the actual paper.
Yeah, let's just take a quick look, and then we'll be good.
So does Rick need to read the business name, the name of the person, and the address, or just the
business and the name.
business and name?
That's the second one. So it's dated later than the original.
But we don't have the one for Richie Slush.
It's a 2, so it has 2 booths on it,
Where does it say 2 booths?
on the front, under, like, right above the signature. It
Oh,
should-
2 food stands, but he doesn't have the name of Richie Slush on here.
It's probably on the other one. The Board of Health had a much better breakdown. This is one of those processes that I've inherited that needs some tweaking, because while it does have that question of how many booths, it doesn't leave space for them to really break it down. Sometimes they do they have the name, and then it should have like the
Do
name
we know
of
if,
the
do
DBA.
we know if Richie is the guy with the,
I don't know. And it looks like he's doing multiple booths. He's doing Richie Slush and he's doing Papa
Lemonade.
Frank's Lemonade.
Yeah,
but technically then that's 2 different applications with 2 different payments, right?
yeah.
That would be correct.
Yeah, okay. So let's confirm whether or not this Richie Slush is the one that already has a common victualler application.
Okay,
That might be why I only did
And if
one.
he does, then there's no need for.
right.
Okay.
I can confirm, though, that they did go down to the Board of Health. They have sent me their list of applicants, and he is on it.
Or he paid $20, $10 on these things, right? So
Yeah, he did. He already paid.
the full.
Do you need to see this?
No, it looks
Okay.
good to you.
Okay. You know, what I'll do is I'll include it in the motion and say, subject to receipt or confirmation by the Select Board's office or the town administrator of receipt of the application. So we'll pre-approve it,
Yeah.
knowing he's already paid, but Ted needs to get the piece of paper in hand to say, yep.
That's the breakdown of the 2.
Okay. Okay. You ready? I move that the board vote to approve the following persons and entities be approved for common victuals licenses during the term of the Marshfield Fair from August 21st, 2026 until August 30th, 2026, during the regular hours of the 2026 Marshfield Fair. Freedom Fire Barbecue, Michael Conroy. Chick-fil-A of Hanover. Wicked Loft Cafe, Catherine Mitchell. Chocolate Moonshine, Frank Suma. Courtside Bar and Grill, Caroline Reed. Sarcastic Swine Barbecue, Michael Cruels. Sugar Tang Inc., Yuxin Tan. Temperance, Robert Tuzik. Chicken and Rice Guys, Marcela Martinez. 2 for 1, Joed DeLowery. Pablo's Mexican Street Eats and Margaritas, Luis Vargas. The Sugar Lab, Sherry Lou. Captain Squid, Sherry Lou. Papa Frank's Lemonade, Christian Valente. And furthermore, that the license application for Richie Slush, Christian Valente, be approved upon official receipt by the town administrator's office from the applicant. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion from the board?
None.
No.
Seeing no further discussion from the board, all those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0. All right. Okay, the last order of business is a vote to accept meeting minutes from, we have June 12th, Select Board meeting, June 15th, Select Board meeting, the June 22nd Select Board meeting, and July 29th. And, all right, one more and. July 13th. I didn't have any issues with any of these. Mr. Kelly?
Yes, I reviewed and I asked Chelsea in regards to meeting before special town meeting, which would be Monday, June 15th. In regards to the standard budget that we approved, to be more detailed in regards to the funding and the amounts that were presented to us at that meeting. I think when we approved it, there was details like there are now, but I think there was amounts to it in regards to it, so I wanted to see those added. And Chelsea, you able to do that, or?
That one I didn't get to.
All right. And then.
And that's just, to make sure I'm clear, Mr. Kelly, that's including information in addition to what's on here.
Yeah, because I believe when you and I approved the budget,
Yeah.
it had the details of the, where the funding was coming from, but we also had amounts that were next to it where it was coming from.
Okay.
On the Article 3A, that was a standalone, that was a budget that, straight-up budget that we approved.
Is there anything, Mr. Langell, that prevents us from being that there's not none of the minutes, that from that particular date, the minutes are not being contested? Mr. Kelly's requesting to add further detail. I'm fine with that, but I also know that we have a requirement to get these meeting minutes out in a timely manner, and we're
Yeah,
already
just
mid
add
August.
as,
We'll just do an
amended.
amendment?
yeah,
Okay.
as amended,
Yeah, okay.
and everyone understands the amendment.
So we can, Chelsea can come back next meeting, have that amended, but at least it allows us to get these ones published.
Yeah,
Okay.
or you can, if you understand what's being asked, you can just approve them as you're amending them with that information and approve them tonight.
Okay, to include dollar amounts.
Yeah, and if everyone's understanding of what that is, you can do that here.
So we're not publishing these until the dollar amounts are in there, right?
Right, because you're approving them as amended with the dollar amounts.
All right, and then, next meeting, we'll have those minutes that were amended for our record.
Yeah,
All right.
or once they're done, they can be sent to you.
For the FY '27 budget. Okay, all right.
On the June 29, 2026 meeting, on the Cecilia Del Gadilio, Genevieve Lane, Vice Chair Darcy was put down. I believe it was supposed to be me.
Oh, good catch. Okay, that needs
You
to be
got
corrected.
fix that yet, Chelsea?
Yes. That was an easy one.
That's already been corrected?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
All right, so what meeting was this one? All right, yeah, same meeting, June 29, 2026. On the action item 20, resolution recognizing June as Pride Month. Vote Smith, aye. Kelly abstained. It was signaled as motion failed, but it didn't. It actually passed.
No, that would have been impossible,
Why is that?
because we need you have to have a quorum.
You were the majority. We had a quorum. You were the majority on it. I abstained, so
Bob?
it passed.
A 1-0 vote doesn't pass.
And so if he, because he
You
abstained,
didn't vote, so that you don't have enough, you don't have a quorum of your, you don't have majority of your board voting in favor of something that doesn't pass.
right, you have to have a quorum to vote.
You have to have in order to proceed, you have to have majority of your quorum to act.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because there's only two of us.
Because there's only two.
That's right.
Like, one selectman cannot
Even if
elect.
I abstained,
Yeah, because you're not voting.
all right.
The board can't act by a vote of one in any circumstance other than one to call a special election.
Okay, All right. Other than that, on that one, then I stand corrected. I think I'm good with. On the Monday, July 13th, 26th meeting, on the appointments, application of transfer for annual alcoholic beverages, it'll say that there was a vote taken, in which there wasn't. For Mia Regaza.
That one was continued, right?
That was a continued meeting, yep. And as far as I can see, that's the end of it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Do you remember?
Yep. Move that the board vote to approve open session meeting minutes of the Select Board for June 12th, 2026, for June 15th, 2026, to include an amendment including the dollar amounts that were discussed and voted on for the FY27 budget, for June 22nd, 2026, for June 29th, 2026, to include an amendment to correct the name of Darcy to Kelly, and for July 13th, 2026, to amend the application for alcoholic beverage license for Mia Regaza to state that it was continued to a further meeting. Do I have a second?
Second,
Any further discussion from the board?
yes.
Mr. Kelly?
I would like, I think on the June 15th meeting, in regards to the 3A, I think I would like you to be more specific in regards to the amounts that were placed on the 3A,
Did you just say July 15th?
June 15th,
Oh, you said June 15th.
in regards to the 3A annual town meeting, in regards to the funding amounts in regards to each category that was listed between revolving accounts, community impact fees, waterways, improvement fund, wetlands protection, recreation revolving fund, solar revolving fund. I think you put the dollar amount down. I think you're looking at as a general, the whole thing.
For these particular items.
Yes, on Article 3A.
Yep.
ATM.
Clear on that? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I don't think we need to amend the motion, though. You know what, yeah. Okay, good to go. Any further discussion?
If we're good, if the motion is understood as to what I was talking about, then no, I'm good with it.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly. All in favor, say aye.
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 I abstain.
All right, motion carries 2-0. Actually, how do I say that? No, the motion carries.
2-0-1.
2-0.
201.
I mean, I wasn't here, so.
2-0-1.
With one abstention.
Yeah. Okay. I'd like to make a motion that we conclude, or we adjourn this select board meeting of Monday, August 17th at 9:14 PM. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion from the board?
None.
No.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Have a good evening.